of you has any questions at any point, just feel free to stop me. I have a bit of a bad habit that like I just keep talking unless someone stops me. So if you have any questions at any point, just like tell me tell me to shut up and like ask your question.
Okay, dude.
Okay.
Will do. Yeah.
So we started like at front. I watched this with comms, and none of you guys talked about like when this fight started. That they have, for example, Diva. Like every time the game starts, like in King of the Hill, you're gonna first see the comp. Like the fight is gonna happen around here, right? Or like any other King of the Hill, you see the comp like when you walk out of spawn and you meet in the middle. At that point, soon as you see the enemy composition, you should be thinking like, okay, what's our win condition here? Like, what do you guys think is like your win condition against like um the Diva? I'd say the biggest difference thing here is like they have Diva and you have Zarya.
Mm-hmm. So that would mean that like Diva will be watching for our grabs because.
Yeah, but like let's think about like this neutral fight because every fight in King of the Hill is the first neutral fight. There's like no ultimates in the place. Like, what is their winning condition and what is yours with these two heroes?
Zarya just
Zarya charge?
Yeah, exactly. So because they have the Diva, they're gonna be the team that wants to play faster. So you guys have to be like really careful with your bubbles. You should have the game plan when you go into the map. Okay, if we roll out Zarya, there's a chance that these guys walk out as Diva, so we should like play for the first bubbles. Like it's pretty much every time you play Zarya against Diva, it should be you play the first bubbles just to get energy, and everyone like kites back at the same time. And also the same thing, like you guys were later than them here to the first fight here. So this is like the biggest concept of like works in Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. Both is the same. It's like getting space. Because they got here first, you guys see now how like choked you are. You got this much space, and the enemy team is like going wide all the way here. So the Junkrat gets way more value at here. So like your Doom TP is the TP guy always, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here like when you have Zarya, your game plan should be okay. We just get energy here, we back out, and then we go from here when our Zarya has the energy. Because like you can't win the fight here like when you don't have any space and they have like Junkrat and Diva. So this is like already the like first thing that is like the I know it's the biggest like plus your Rhine like kites in the wrong direction here, but I feel like the biggest one is like you guys still keep fighting here when you should be like going wide. And in Rush versus Rush, it's always about space too. Like it feels like probably like when you play Rush. I'm just gonna draw a picture. Like it a lot of the time it just feels like it's just two groups running at each other, right? But most of the time it's still like you need to take like small off angles everywhere. It isn't just like you blob up and you fight each other. For example, these guys did it pretty well, that they had people like their DPS swing left side, their Diva was like, their Lucia was top right here. They're just like, everyone is taking so much angles, so they like choke you out from this first fight here. So it just ends up badly here. Here you guys had like a really good reaction. You like, wait the window, just don't even go. You're gonna one shot if you try to pick the window. So it's like a really good reaction from you guys. I was gonna ask, since you swapped the Diva, is it just like against Junkrat, or do you just want to take the mirror fight?
I think it was just for the mirror fight here because I just knew that Zarya wasn't gonna get as much out of it. Like, also because my Zarya is a little bit scuffed.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's like the good reaction to have. Like if they have Junkrat, the Zarya is like really hard to play against. Like sure you get a lot of energy, but your shields drop like instantly, and everyone else is not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
But here had good reaction. This is really smart too, what you guys do. Like, I listened to comms. Like, this could be a little bit cleaner, the rotation, but like, in the comms it's just like, okay, go left, because they're all stacked up right, so that's a really good reaction. Just don't run into their, like, in like, when we scrim and we say like we're running the chokes, it's like the beaches of Normandy every time where you just get shot down. So you have, you, every time they like, you don't want to be running down the beaches of Normandy, you just want to like, where they aren't, that's like the good place to go. Plus, it's like a really good fight for your Doomfist, there's like walls everywhere, so that's like, another really good thing you guys do. Only thing like here that I have like is saying that your Baptiste is a little bit late. Your Lucia should be looking to get your Baptiste into the fight like a second or two earlier. But I think you guys like rolled this here, so it's like bit nitpicky. And also, always, every time, like, when you don't have a mirror comp, you need to be thinking about, like, what's your win condition. Like, as I said earlier, like, you have only, like, really difference here right now is your DPS heroes. They have Sim, Junk, you have Mei, Doom. So you wanna be the guys who are the faster, because Doomfist, like, wants to go in, and Symmetra is, like, always a free kill. But here you clean up the fight pretty nice. I don't think there was anything to... Oh, one thing I have about the ult. Actually. One thing I noticed, you guys don't talk about, like, I'm not sure if you, let me actually check. I didn't check this beforehand. Yeah, one big thing is like when they have a tire or they're playing Junkrat, like your Lucio and your Baptiste need to talk that if they, do you guys have beat or do you guys have lamp? Because it's like always better if you can just lamp the tire. Like for example, when we play against Junkrat, we always say like, no lamp, no lamp, no lamp. Then I know like, oh god, I have to beat the tire. So I'm looking for it really hard. Like your Lucio does a good job of beating the tire, really good. But always, it's much better if you can just like use lamp instead of beat, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's like one big thing you can like look for in the future. And here, in a situation like this, like the Turbo probably itself noticed that the shadow is like a bit unnecessary. Like saving ults for next fight when the fight is already won. Like, and one big thing, like when I listen to the comps, no one is talking like how much the fight is going. Like, for example, nobody's saying like we're +3, +4, no ult, stuff like that, because that is really important that you're able to save those ultimates for the next fight if you possibly can. Like Shatter is like an ultimate you might get value, but it's not the end of the world that you use it here, but it's still like nice to have, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, I would suggest like it can be literally anyone who can just like keep count of like how the fight is going, like +1, -1. Okay, we're -3. Don't use ults, stuff like that. So everyone's like at least on the same page, like that. Okay, we don't need to commit any more ults.
I think the most that we go into depth of having players up and down would just be like, okay, we're up 1 or we're up 2, and that's about it. But I guess we don't really count like, we don't count how many of us are still alive, and yeah.
Yeah. Just, at least someone to just like call like how the fight is going. It doesn't need to be super in depth. Just to make sure that like you don't overcommit ultimates. It's just like info for everyone.
Okay.
Oh, here was the one thing. Again, like this is like a little bit of you guys aren't thinking like how the enemy comp plays, because like at this point you should be thinking like, okay, they have Symmetra. What are they gonna do? Like they can't walk through the choke, right? If they walk, you have Mei Ryan just like gonna absolutely demolish them here on this choke. So they have to TP somewhere. Every time they have a Symmetra, someone should be like marking the TPs. They don't have that many places to TP. So like I feel like your Doom, for example, should be right here, be ready to like fight them when they TP out. Or anyone, like literally anyone can be here to like be ready to fight their TP, so they don't get it for free.
Okay.
So here they get kind of the point for free. But yeah, that's pretty much every time they have like, you have to think about their comps, what their heroes do, what they want to do. At the simplest end is usually like which comp is the faster one and which one is the slowest one. Symmetra brings up a little bit more spice to it because they can like make TP plays. But that's like one thing you guys definitely need to keep in mind when playing against Symmetra. You guys had a good retake, you 3, 2, 1, you walk through the choke. One thing, this is probably mostly for the Lucio or D.Va. Either one of you need to like destroy these turrets all the time. Like it's like I'd say 90% of the time it's the Lucio's job. Like when you go through the chokes, you just destroy the turrets because they're not gonna win the fight, but they're really annoying to your Baptiste and stuff like that.
Okay.
that much about it. I think they. I'm not sure if they did DP play here too. No.
We actually like this time we played a little bit back. I believe we calmed to play a little bit back because we didn't want to get TP'd on again.
Yeah, that's smart. Like it's better to always like hold here, but like you just need to have someone watch the TP, and it's pretty much smart too because you think about it. You have window right now. They don't have window, but they will probably get it. But like you can window back here somewhere and force them to run into your window. So it's like pretty smart considering the ultimates that you have.
Mhm.
Here I had one thing about the ult use. It's like I think you guys won this, but for beats, I feel like the window and Diva Bomb are like okay. Like the Diva Bomb. I'm not a big fan of like just throwing it, but you get a kill from with it, so it's like whatever. Windows okay, you're just holding space with it, but the beat, like nothing's really happening. You really don't need to beat just yet. You can like, it's the same thing with pretty much like every ultimate, just trying to get max value out of it, because you guys just beat and you just kind of like still take a neutral fight. Like every time you beat like this, you guys should be like in their faces right now, like just running it down with speed.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you said that like you're not the fan of me throwing my bomb in, but the thing is like what I don't ever mentally think that there's like ever a good moment to use bomb because with like when they have like a Lucio comp, they could just get out of the way or out of the position really easily. Usually for me.
Yeah. What I noticed, like what like for example like Hawk or like a lot of like good Diva players do, is that they use the Diva mech as another life pretty much. That when they have Diva with Diva Bomb, they just like fly in really aggressively, and they don't mind like dying because they know they have the Diva Bomb. But there's like the difference that you can't like just fly into 6 of them and then Diva Bomb because you're gonna die as a minute Diva, right? But they just find an off angle and then they use the Diva Bomb as a remake when they lose their own mech.
Okay, I see.
That's like one thing you can like try to work on because it's not gonna click instant. Like there's probably gonna be a couple of times where you like feed, where you just go into like the enemies and you Diva Bomb and you can't remake. But there's like a balance you need to find that like.
So
like
like
a certain level of aggression.
Yeah, aggression that you don't mind dying or like losing your mech because like hey you have the Diva Bomb and it's gonna like force enemy cooldowns and it's really good bait too because I feel like in this SR level a lot of the Divas will think like oh the Diva's a free kill, just run him down, you know, if you fly into them. If you Diva Bomb in the middle of them and your team pushes in at the same time, like it's really good for your team, I feel like.
Okay.
But that's like one play you can keep in mind. But throwing Diva Bomb is it's not bad if they're like in an open space like here or somewhere, you know. It's not a horrible play, but I've seen like most Divas just use it for a remake.
Okay.
But here you got like insane play. You like I'm not sure if this was planned, but one thing for example, like you can make ultimates easier to hit for your teammates. It's like kind of like the same thing as Diva remake. But you see what happens here? Your Doom punches the Rhine and you shatter. That's a game winning like play. There's a place like we used to make, for example, it was like literally we call Doom, punch the Rhine, I'm gonna shatter. If they're all like, for example, let me get a better view. If they all stack here, we can literally call like, okay, Doom, punch the Rhine, and we are gonna shatter. That's like a play you guys can make. Or other way around is just like everyone just shoot the Rhine shield. When they walk up, okay, I have shatter, shoot shield, just scream it. Their shield breaks and then shatter. So you can like help your teammates get better value of their ultimates. That it isn't about just them like trying to get the value on themselves, you know. Everyone helps everyone out.
I ain't gonna lie to you, that was total accident.
Yeah, we can pretend that that was actually planned, but you can see how effective.
Yeah, I got it. I got you, man.
Okay.
Wish.
I think just clean up and this map is pretty much over. Or was it? Yeah, well I think this is the scrappy fight and you guys win it over, yeah. Oh, and this is just for Diva and Lucio. When the fights get scrappy like this, your mobility guys, which mainly are Doom, Lucio, Diva, always look for Baptiste, or they're like I hate to say this, but main healer, like the guy who heals the most, should be your number one target. He or DPS should be like that. You like fast guys should be just like inting on, because
Okay.
if they don't have healing, the fight will be 10 times easier.
Alright.
But that's not like for when the fight is like, you know, in a cleanup phase where they're just like kind of running into the point, you know.
And it's just taking too much time.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can clean up the fight much faster when this guy isn't alive.
Why do you hate saying main healer? Or main
Like I don't agree with the term main healer. It's like flex support or main support, but it's everyone already just like main healer. That then they like put Moira, and it confuses everyone. That like
What do you categorize the different healers then?
it's just like I don't categorize them by heals. It's just like main or flex support play like
What they
players
can
play.
do, like,
Yeah. Like I don't like hate it, but it just like creates confusion because then you're like trying to talk to someone and they're like, oh, I play main healer as my role. I'm like, that's not really my role, you know.
Let's see. Alright.
But that's just like me being nitpicky, you know. It's not that deep.
Alright. Fair enough.
Here's actually interesting. Like they play the monkey comp. It's pretty bad into your comp, so you guys like pretty much steamroll this whole thing. But one thing, when you play against this is the zombie comp. So when you're playing against like monkey comps, one thing is you need to do is look for their cooldowns before you can rush in. If you just like run into them, you're gonna get like a 6-man monkey zapped, and just like the Reaper's gonna shoot you in the back. So you guys play this really smartly. That you're just like playing time, poking. Wait till they have to use some cooldowns. Here, for example, like one of the biggest cooldowns you can look for is Monkey Bubble, Monkey Jump, or Reaper Shift. Those two should be like your biggest indicators. Like, okay, if they don't have those, we can just run in. So here, I think you were playing a little bit still, so, because now if they don't have the Monkey Bubble, the Diva's inting. Like at this point, you could be just like, okay, we're gonna just step on the gas and go. Start like shooting at these guys because they don't have like any shield left. Your Zarya's high charge. Like at this point, it should be like just W key and go in. But you guys see how like scared you still play, even though the Diva feeds.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
we've had some experience like scrimming against other teams who've run zombie comps before, so like we kind of like figured out to play for their cooldowns, but we didn't know like it was their bubble and shift, but that's why we were still kind of scared still, because we still knew that we didn't know what their win condition was, so we were just worried if a Reaper would pick one of us off or something.
Yeah, so like their win condition, like against like this comp is like so hard for them. Like I feel like you guys like can just run them over at any time as if they come too close, you know. So their win condition is to kill your Baptist. Oh my god, sorry, that's too big. Their win. Oh god, what is happening? Yeah, their win condition is to kill your Baptist, then you lose. But if your Baptist stays alive, like you will just win at some point because the Moira will run out of heals and you can just run them over like as soon as they don't have the CDs. One of the biggest things is like as you said, like the Reaper is kind of scary. I feel like it's most the Lucio's job to make sure at all times know where the Reaper is. You need to be like poking him, shooting him, booping him, just being an annoyance. You don't need to like wall right here and like one tap him, you know.
Yeah.
But like you keep an eye on this guy and just like shoot him, and if he comes close, boop him back so he doesn't get the max damage in. Same thing, like Lucio's kind of important in this because you need to boop the monkey jump and you need to watch this guy too.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just looking for the cooldowns, trying to get their own damage in, and as soon as like monkey doesn't have jump, more Reaper doesn't have fade, okay, 3, 2, 1, we speed and we go. And that's why Lucio too, you try to save your like I think you heal amp it here because you have so much healing done already. But if you can, always try to save your like heal amp to speed when like the cooldowns are out, then you get the speed in.
Okay.
But I think you guys played this okay because like the enemy didn't make any moves, so you could just like use your more like long range damage to poke them down. So I think you guys played this like pretty smartly. And here you guys can see, like this is the situation you wanna see. You have all the space in the point now, and they have to fall back. So you always wanna be taking like small off angles. So you can always think when, especially in King of the Hills, just take more control of the map. Like you can. Let me get a better picture actually. It's kind of scuffed here. Yeah, here. Like you can pretty much like split it in half, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if the enemy team is just like on one side, then they only have like this amount of space, but you can take the whole rest of the thing if you just peek from both sides, you know? Just like keeping pressure on like all the sides as much as you can. It doesn't need to be like an insane flank from like other side of the wall, But just like small alpha angles, your Zarya or Hanzo can peek here, Ryan holds here. Just like make sure that there's damage coming in from all directions if they can, or like different directions. Here you had like one of the bigger things. Like I think they baited you guys out really badly. This is really like for this map specific. Like you guys just let them cross the bridge for free. I feel like this is like one of those things that like should never happen. I feel like you guys want to hold this bridge here because your Rhine is not gonna be able to swing until they get here anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for your Rhine, you wanna be staying here until you're 100% certain that they're like here, you know. When you see them moving here, then you only move out. Otherwise, you just literally hold shield here, let your Hans or Baptiste shoot them while they cross, and you just make sure that they do not cross this bridge at any point.
Okay.
Because here, like they walk the bridge, there's no damage being done to them at all. You guys get a pick, so it's like fine. But you can see how like off guard you get caught. Here, like if your Rhine would be blocking the whole enemy team here, your Zarya would be ready to help them. They would have much harder time to get in. But here, good reaction. You fall back, you say, okay, the Moira ult. That's like one plan you can do too. Like if you know they have support ults, like especially against Moira ult in a lot of the maps, you can just start forward. As soon as they Moira ult, you kite back somewhere. And just wait the ult out. Especially in like maps like this, it's really easy. It's a bit different, for example, let's say if they played Moira in like Junkertown or something where it's like really open, where you really can't hide anywhere. It's a bit different, but in situations like this, you can just hold the bridge. They come, okay, they have the Moira ult already here, and you can just speed back here, Baptist window here, and they're gonna be running into the beach of Normandy again, because you have like 6 guys sitting behind a window.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here, you had good reactions, you like instantly saw the Reaper, you're marking him, and they have really hard time trying to do anything. Well, here it gets like super scuffed. One thing, I feel like you guys never wanna end up like in a situation like this, where you give up the whole point. Like, as you can see again, like how little of the map you own. The enemy team, you own this bubble out of the whole map right now. So everyone's in the same angle, stacked up. I feel like it should have been better, like, oh, my bad, misclick. That you guys just literally hold this, Ryan here, Zarya here, doesn't really matter, and the backline plays around here, that they don't get forced into here, because if the monkey was like a Korean monkey who's like dedicated his whole life playing in monkey, you all 6 would be off the map right now.
Yeah.
So it would be always like backline goes here, a little bit safer, and front line holds the space here. But you guys can somehow manage to clutch it out, like... It's so close that it could have been bad. Like, the monkey kind of fucks up here, but your Ryan clutches here, so...
Okay, so good to know not to play outside.
I think this is the same thing again. Well, actually, no, they all like went right side. This should be like really easy fight for you to win. Because, for example, now you see, they all have to use their like jump, shifts, cooldowns, literally everything just to get here.
Yeah.
If you just hold the bridge, so it's like really bad fight for them. Like here, like, this is every Lucio's like dream, that they use all their cooldowns here. Like this is for the Lucio player. If you see this happening, like, go for the boop. Just go go for the boop. You might die, but like you might get a 6-man boop, and it's gonna look cool in your like montage. So I will literally, like, for example, if I play Lucy, I always sit on this window or here and just scout where they're going. If they're going bridge, I'm gonna go boop here. Or if they go do something like this, you can just fall right above them, and it's like, that's a 3-man boop right there.
Mhm.
And it's a
Okay,
really, yeah, and that's like when your Rhine is here too, they're kind of forced to do a play like this. So it's, again, like, you're forcing the enemies into position that your teammate, like, has thing to do. But here you have like really smart play. I think you grab the wall or something here. Just like really insanely smart. This is like actually super smart. I think this was over at this point. Here was the like the first what where you kind of get rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This map was not good for us.
Yeah, I think it's like just cooldown or like in the sequence of cooldowns you need to use. Let me see how it looks from here. Because you have the TVs exact. They have like an inch. Like this is one of those things that like actually might matter, you know. You can see like they have just a tiny bit faster TP. So it's like one of those things you might wanna. This sounds so dumb, but like even a second here with the TP can be the difference between life and death. So you might wanna like practice it with your like Lucio sim, just like practice the rollout, how to do it as fast as humanly possible, just to get there earlier. But like this isn't the main reason you lose. Your Lucio does a good job. I think you go for the. Actually, never mind. Let me check just a second. Okay, here you should be just booping them back. I feel like you're trying to boop them like from the TP, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so just here, just boop them backwards. Like literally, either one, you or Diva, should be just booping them like if you're later than them, just boop them backwards to get more space for your own team.
Okay.
But if they're later than you, then like I can see that you're probably trying to boop them like back towards main, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So either way, you need to kind of read the situation like instantly when it happens. Backwards if they're already there. If the TP is just like they're coming out when you're already here, then just boop them backwards.
Okay.
But yeah, they get like the rock through, and I think it's pretty much over at that point. Maybe it's your Baptiste actually. I'm trying to just find who's like the culprit, like why this looks so bad. It's a TP being like a second later. Yeah, I think it's because your Baptiste drops here is the biggest issue you have. Like your Diva and Baptiste aren't like contributing at all. Do you guys remember? Did you get like rocked or why?
I think like the amount of players coming through the TP knocked me to the side.
Maybe it's just like you need to hold like the D key when you get here, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, make sure everyone gets here at the same time, and then it's like a little bit easier. Like it just you're a little bit later, and you have two guys who are not like in the fight really.
Yeah.
Oh, and in a situation like this, when you are this is for Diva mainly, when the fight starts to happen here, you should just like you probably already do it. You just matrix like the Diva and McCree as much as you can. You have the like advantage with the matrix. You wanna be the like the faster comp here and just kind of run at them. But that's kind of unfortunate, you guys. We're a little bit later there. Here you had the swap. Yeah, I remember. You had the Mercy swap. Like what is the like? I wanna know like what's the logic behind swapping the Mercy here?
We swapped to Mercy Echo because I actually don't remember why we made that swap. I think we just wanted to swap off Sim. So
Okay.
yeah.
I feel like this is one of the situations when they have for example, you guys are probably just thinking, okay, we need more spam or something to break through in there again. Because yeah, I can agree. Like the sim is like it's not that good once the enemy is like set up already. But I would maybe think like maybe go like either you want to make like really fast comp that you play like Doom, I'm not really sure about your hero pool, so I'm just like kind of like throwing stuff at the wall. Slurpee, do you play like McCree or something like that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so maybe it would be like Doom, McCree, Baptiste, Lucio, and you just have to like 3, 2, 1. Doom goes for the Baptiste, and everyone just runs in at the same time. You know, it's not gonna be pretty, but like either you play the faster comp or you play better spam comp, where you go like Here, do you play like Sigma?
Yes, I can play some Sigma. Yeah.
Okay, so then it will be like Sigma Junkrat. You know, either you go better spam or you go faster comp would be probably the because this is kind of like half-assed. I feel like you guys want to go like a better spam with the Echo, but it's just like you end up in a slower comp that just get like ran over. So I feel like that's the biggest issue here. But with, for example, with Junkrat, you guys just could just like spam them here while they have to give up the whole space. You can break shields. If they rush you, you have the traps mines. I'd suggest like just give a Junkrat a try next time you end up in this situation.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like this is just a comp diff at this point because like You can see how hard it is for you guys to get out because you're like Mersu Echo can't get like that much value. They're just gonna like 4v6 you guys every time you try to go out.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is like that good. Sure, if you guys, yeah, you held at the end of the. I legitimately, this is just like comp gap at this point. Like it just the composition just doesn't make that much sense. So next time, just go junk or something that's more spammy, and just try to poke them out
Okay.
instead of going Mercy, because then you just end up getting ran over. Let me pull up the other.
Could you pull up Nepal? We collectively also want to watch Nepal, but your choice.
Yeah, we're gonna Paul. If you have like any points or anything at maps or like certain fights you wanna like really look over, just please do tell. Makes my job a little easier too. Okay, so here again you have like Ryan. Okay.
This first fight was very scuffed. There's not like clean comms going on, I remember.
Yeah. Turbo, do you only play Rhine or do you like play Orisa or something like that?
I usually play the Ryan and Rissa.
Yeah, I feel like with this comp you'd be better off on Orisa, to be honest. If you have like the Hog, the Rhine kind of does air in this map. If you're not like having, if you play Rhine, you should always have Lucio with you. I feel like. So if you play a comp where you don't have a Lucio with you, I'd suggest just go Orisa, and then you can just like hunker down point and just at least poke them, you know. Rhine is like really good if you like somehow miraculously manage to win the first point, but it must be like pure hell for you if you just go stay point and there's like Ashes and Ziggs shooting at you from here, right?
Okay.
But if you guys aren't like don't want to swap comp, I feel like your Rhine. Rhine should go here with McCree, Ana, I feel like. So these three guys should be like this side. Farah Mercy should be pretty much like above you guys, and maybe only Hog flanks left would be my like ideal rollout. Because if you like this rollout is really bad, I feel like you never want to go directly to point because like again Beaches of Normandy, they have their whole team set up here. You can't do anything about them, right? If you go point, I think it shows here. Like your Farah gets big, sure, but like it's just like your Rhine gets like 0 value here. You're just counting that your Hog hits hook here. And like as you can see, your Mercy has like a really hard time doing anything here.
Yeah.
Your Ryan's just like he can't do anything. He's just having not a good time here at all. Yeah, that's like why your Farah is struggling too, because you guys have no space to do anything. Like he's getting shot from 6 different sides, right? So yeah, I'll draw it one more time here. Like, what are you gonna do the next time you do a rollout? So, Ryan, Kree, Ana, they all take this side and they try to take control. Let me actually get a better angle. Again, the same thing. Like, you wanna control the map. You don't wanna give them the whole. Like, for example, again, you can think. You control only this small, tiny room here. The enemy team has the rest of the whole map under their control, right? So that's why it feels like so hard to play.
Okay.
So like, your core, these three guys, they take this side. Your Farah Mercy will play above here. Then they can like help push here, or they can do whatever they want. And your Hog flanks solo from here. Like one thing, like you had the right idea as Hog that you went all around them, and that's what you need to do as a Hog. You just need to like be flanking constantly, create better pressure. Even if you don't get hooks, the enemy team's not gonna be like, oh god, there's a Hog behind, you know. You had the right idea, but like your team just needs to go like this side and control this space.
Okay.
Here you go, Lucia. That's good. You're holding the Ana for the nano. Yeah, this is for everyone. Every time you go out a choke, look around. Like, don't be like the the horses that have like the eye flaps that they can't look around. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Someone needs to check like check behind, check corners when you cross, so you don't get like surprised like this.
Yeah.
But this fight is pretty much like chalked when the pulls hits. Yeah, pulls Bob, it's over. Wait. You guys start turning it? Never mind. I didn't
Your
have time
ball-
to watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just
The
say
ball fell off
Uh,
the map somehow.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
killed the tracer beforehand. And I just whole hogged the sig.
Okay, goddamn. A clutch team.
Scuffed.
Here, one thing. If the fight goes like this, that you can, again, space is the name of the game. Like, if you get a situation like this where the fight isn't like completely won yet, that they have a couple of guys alive, it should be tracer point, and everyone else goes like stuff here, that they can't get out anymore from this area. Because again, Ryan, like, you're not gonna be doing that much on point. You wanna be holding chokes, right? To get 6-man cleave when they walk through tiny chokes.
Okay.
Always like, okay, I'm gonna go stuff choke like Tracer or like some DPS to take the point.
Okay.
Okay, good shatter. Again, they're a little bit, bit of an overkill. Could have saved that, but like, you did it at the same time the pulls hit, so. Oh, and this is for the Tracer player. Like, you wanna be, you were here a little late, so you didn't see the ball go through. But you are at the correct position. You wanna be marking the ball or the Tracer when they flank. But yeah, you were just a second too late. You didn't spot him go through. But like, your job is to just keep the flankers in check. Like, you can chase the ball or the Tracer if they go here. But like, of course, you can't like 2v1 them. If they 2v1, you can just like play time, then like harass them and make sure they don't get like to your guys full HP. But you have like right position just a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And I feel like same thing goes for Hog too. Like, Hog really, you know how hard it is, like if you just play with your Rhine, how hard it is to get the hook through, right? Because there's always gonna be like Sigma Shield, or like the people are gonna be much more aware of you, where you're gonna be going. So I would say like Hog and Tracer can probably control this side, the both of you. Especially if they have like a ball Tracer comp, then you definitely need to be here to make sure the Tracer or the ball doesn't get through. You can just hook them. Yeah, this kind of like flips back what I said. Like if the Hog and Tracer were here, the Sigma would be like zero threat, right? Because you would have 2 guys on him right now. So your Rhine can still continue holding this side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys managed to get the pin and you go there back in time, so not a big deal. You guys should win this fight, right? Yeah. And again here, this point is one of those things where like literally someone just needs to call like the backline is here. Like your Lucia Rhine should be just like running at these people. Every time the Brig and Zen are close, like you two can pretty much like run them over.
Okay.
So someone, it can be literally the Hog or anyone. In Overwatch 2 it's a little bit easier because you can ping them, you know? But this
Yeah.
is like, yeah, someone can just call like, okay, backline left, go. Just to scream on top of your lungs to go. Because now your Hog just gets like absolutely demolished here because he's kind of left alone, you know? You need to go help your teammate by, pulling, what pulling aggro means, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to pull aggro for your Hog because he's stuck in middle of nowhere. You just need to like create pressure somewhere else that he can make it out alive. This is such a scuffed fight.
Yeah.
And the same thing again here. The space. You guys are fighting for the point. Sure, that's like okay, but you need to try to get control of either this or this at some point. Like it's probably better if your like Ryan would kill these guys with the Lucio. But if you can't, your Kree wants to like, you probably want to play around here, right, most of the time. Like playing point is like really annoying, especially against Ashe and Zen.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be like, as soon as the situation allows, just like get space again. But this is just criminal how long these guys were just chilling here. Okay, let's see your guys. How do you set up the hold?
I think this is where we throw.
Yeah, the hold looks like really bad right now.
Yeah.
You have the right idea, but it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you lose this? You guys got the
We,
pick?
we get too aggressive here. Like. yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see. Yeah. But again, like, swap the sides. These three here, hog here, because this is the worst side of the map. Like, you really can't do anything from this side of the map, right? Only thing you can do is like run straight to point, and then you can think like, oh gee, like I can see every one of them on point. Then the enemy team is the guys who have to fall back here, and they're like, oh god, like they're just shooting us from everywhere, you know.
Okay.
So this is the weaker side, and this is the stronger side you guys want to hold on this map. And you can have the Hog and Tracer just kind of like hover around here and look for their own place.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just like, you get the pulls. Yeah, that's just kind of like individual mistakes. Like the beat doesn't
Yeah,
connect.
I thought we were going in, so
Yeah.
I went in. And then...
It could have been a good play if everyone just like, you just run in with the beat. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't listening, like, when I listened to comms, like, you ult track quite a bit, but like, you don't really make plans, like, after, like, let's say, you know, like, they don't have Transcendence or anything. That would be the time, like, okay, they're gonna have, like, mines or rally or something. You can say, like, okay, I have beat, let's just run it down with my beat, you know?
Yeah.
Make, like, proactive plans with that.
You know, that fight got sloppy very quick.
Yeah, like, you got the pick, and then, as soon as you got the pick, you could have been just like, okay, go with my beat. Just run it down. Push the advantage you have.
So, I have a question. How often should I be like shot calling as Lucio, or like just making like calls like that as Lucio?
I feel like that's when you have ultimate or you see that their backline is, because you're the guy who usually sees like where a lot of the enemies are. You know, you're wall running and you see a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you see their backline come close, like, let's make an imaginary situation. Like you guys were holding like this angle,
Mm-hmm.
and see the backline peek from here. Like they walk up to here. Then you can go like, okay, push the backline, 3, 2, 1, go, and ultimate. Like if you see someone is like out of position, or you have the ultimate and you wanna push with that, then you just say like, go, I'm gonna beat, you know.
Okay.
But I'm not sure like how your team dynamic works, because every team is kind of different, you know. I really didn't pick up like who was the like the biggest like caller for your team? Is it like your main tank?
Yeah, generally it's Turbo that we kind of listen to.
Yeah. So, but it can literally be anyone with their ultimates. Like, for example, like in high, I was gonna talk about it like later, but in higher SR, literally everyone plans their own ultimates. Like, for example, in the league, like everyone tells other people what they want to do with my ultimate. Like, let's say McCree has High Noon. He's gonna be like, okay, let's do speed High Noon. We have beat. Okay, I'm gonna beat their blade, or we can push with beat. They don't have transcendence, you know. You can make like small plans with your own ultimate, and you need to tell your team what you want to do with it.
Okay.
Okay.
But there's like some ultimates, like for example Hog ult. You really can't like plan that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
kind of
like-
just use that to like either solo ult a tank, and hopefully, and like usually the time, like if it's like ball, usually I can get him killed that moment. But
Yeah, exactly. Like some ultimates, it's like kind of useless to plan around, or like pulls, you know. Oh, I'm gonna stick their backline, you know. It's
Yeah.
it's not you can't like hit every one of those, and you can't plan ahead of that. But most of the time you can. Same thing with like Nano. You can say like, okay, we have Nano advantage. They have rally. We can just run over the brig with our Nano. Like everyone can make their own little plans with their ultimate. They don't need to be super in depth. You just tell your team how you wanna use it, you know. Because you play the heroes. You know what you wanna do with it the best, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So like help,
okay.
help your yeah, it helps everyone if you just wanna tell what you wanna do with it. And then if someone thinks it's a dog shit idea, they can tell like, okay, we're not gonna do that. We can do something else, you know. But it just needs to be this like conversation, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get the trust, and you just get better at like realizing the opportunities, you know. At some
Okay.
point, then you're just gonna be knowing what your guy wants to do with his ultimate. They're not gonna come as a surprise, like, okay, my McCree is high nooning somewhere like back of the map anymore. But he's actually like making plays with the team with it and getting more value with it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here you guys had like this retake was kind of like odd. Yeah, you guys see how like split you guys come out from the choke, and
Yeah.
this is for the hug too. Like when you're retake situation, like especially against like Ash and Zen, you might want to consider switching to D.Va when you just need to run it down. When they play a slow comp like this, and you feel like you aren't getting value as hog, I think switching D.Va can be really useful, just to eat
Okay.
the dynamites and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But otherwise too, like your 3-2-1s need to be like really close because you see how close the enemies are. You can play this retake like retakes generally much more like what would be the word, cohesively.
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, you guys get here. You see like you're already running out, but your team is so split. What like a lot of teams do, they stack up on the corner, then they 3-2-1 speed, and everyone runs out at the exact same time. And then like Lucios go ahead and they look for the boop of the map or boop them back in, and Ryan's can pin and do their stuff. But everyone needs to start at like the exact same spot that you don't have a tail in your rushes.
Okay, because usually what we do for retakes is I usually just turn around and see, okay, there's 6 people behind me, and then we go. But I guess to have it even more cohesive would be, yeah, to stack all 6, yeah.
Yeah, but like you have like a little bit weird comp because you don't have a D.Va and you have a hog. So right now you can see the issue here, right? Your hog
Yeah.
is just doing air here. Like in this like for this composition, like if you guys don't want to switch D.Va, like your hog and tracer should have been already just like going here, and then you rush when they're set up to help you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Because tracer, you know how hard it is to just like try to triple blink into this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I triple blinked into that one.
Yeah, it's again beaches of Normandy. You don't want to do
Yeah.
that. So like wait till your tracer or hog or whoever your flanker is set up here, and then you 3-2-1 go. And the good thing is too, like the tracer, he can call like where they are. Okay, they're like really close. We can just run them then, you know. Small information that where they're holding. Like they're holding platform here, they're holding the stairs, they're holding point. It tells your team like okay where we need to speed
Mhm.
that we can reach into them. But you can. This is like how it feels like really hard to read. Like it's like oh, it's so hard to read the nigga balls in because like the rush is just like so disconnected from everyone.
Yeah.
And again, this is a bit of a desperation play from you guys
Yeah.
to go point, but you still need to think like you have a tracer. He can always touch point. Tracer or Lucio touch point, but you need to control the map. Like if you can't control the map, I guess, especially against comps like this, you will just lose. You will lose at some point. You will lose slowly or fastly. It just depends how much these two click heads. So for this map especially, like this for this map, and I feel like just overall, like this map, you need to control. You need to get this. You need to clear this at least before you go point. Or you can send like Tracer to contest point or something, you know, if it's overtime, or like they send a ball on point to like try to back up it, you know.
So
But you just never wanna be. Oh yeah, to say.
So even in the last 10 seconds of overtime, we still need to be planning about map control.
Yeah, like legitimate. Like what
Okay.
I would have said to my team is, okay, everyone else, we still rush right side. We try to kill these guys, and our Tracer will go like trigger the overtime for us. Because if we just go point, we will lose at some point unless like some miracle happens that the enemies jump off the map, you know. You still need to win the fight and just trust the Tracer that like he can at least trigger the overtime and like keep, you know, like touch it, go back, touch it, go back, touch it, go back, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's either Tracer or Lucio usually who does that. But still you need to be like, how are we gonna win the fight when we get to point? Because now your Ryan again is like, you can't get that much value here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to like, how do I get value for my hero? And yeah, like your team just like they're so choked, so they can't do anything. Just like no space.
Yeah.
Here TP the point, good. You set up turrets. This is mostly for the Hog again. Like you never, when you're playing Hog, like I'm not really big fan of that hero. Like, but that's like because in the higher plays the Matrix is like so needed, you know, because the Zens will hit literally every shot. Like if you're not Matrix in it. But I feel like you guys can get away with playing Hog. But when you play Hog, you need to be flanking. You need to be like controlling some angle. You can think of yourself as I don't know, like think of yourself as a Tracer. Like Tracer would never want to play like directly on point, right? So you want to be like in controlling some angle. You can be looking for the Tracer hook, the ball hook, or the Echo hook, but you need to be playing like somewhere on a different angle that isn't like directly with your team.
Okay.
Just to be like creating more pressure. It's just like pulling aggro that they can't. Everyone just see like okay, they're all 6 stacked on point. We can just like do whatever we want. If you're like controlling this angle for a bit, the Echo has to shoot you. You can maybe land a hook on him and stuff like that. Let me see how this plays out. Yeah, you guys have probably the plan that you like Maywall and you just cap the point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But I feel like one thing you guys need to do again here. Let me see if you guys do it actually. Because this is probably the point of the fight that feels really bad for you guys. Wait, where does the TP go? Back. Yeah, well you guys are just playing time, so that's fine. But I feel like this is for Symmetra mostly. At some point, like I feel like you guys when you cap the point, at this point you guys should start playing this backside here. Let me draw up the picture. It feels kind of counterintuitive. Let me get a good angle here. So you want to be playing like your Rhine plays still on point. He's just gonna shield and chill here, right? And everyone else should either play like in like this area that you can control the like what's happening behind you, because if you kind of want to bait them on the point instead of just taking poke damage, because the Zen is just having a field day here, right? He's just shooting. There's nothing pressuring him. So you just want to give space and bait them to come to point after you captured it, so you can then Maywall, for example, like let's say the ball like comes to point, like oh they're giving space, I'm just gonna go capture point. You just Maywall here and you just freeze him after that, right? Or the other one you can do is you make the sim TP play. For example, in situations like this, you use the TP a little bit before to like TP backwards or something. Yeah, here. Like for example, you can make the TP rush plays that you say, okay, we are gonna rush the Zen. You can just put the TP on this high ground here and run these guys over. So that's like probably what most of the teams that would play rush here do. It's just like you chill here, you cap. As soon as you get your new TP up, okay, 3, 2, 1. You Rhine shield the TP, you TP from here to here and just run these guys over. But now it's just like a battle of attrition at this point.
Yeah.
And there you guys are chilling here, still the ball kinda int.
Yeah. I feel like we got lucky here just with how they played this, because they were just trying to poke us out, and then yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're just playing. They aren't like, for example, let's say the ball comes slam in, the Echo comes from behind. They're just kind of like shooting here, not doing anything. A more proactive team probably would be able to kill you. But like, if the team plays like this, then I feel like it's okay how you guys play this. You know, you're just like controlling points, so I'm not gonna like nitpick on that too much. Okay, that's the good Maywall. This is like the Mayvalls that I was talking about. You kind of bait them if you were playing like behind. You kind of bait them to come into point, right? Then you can get these Maywalls where you can get like Sigmas or balls into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this will happen like if you don't make the proactive play at some point, like either TP on them or like control the backsides, you know? At some point they will get ult and then they will just like roll you over.
Yeah.
Probably one good trigger actually, like a rule of thumb would be when you guys get the Moira ult, because that ult charges up so fast when you play like this, right? I feel like that when you get the Moira ult, then you like TP or speed out and you try to do something with the Moira ult, because that ult will be so fast to charge, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like here. Like at this point, you just like, okay, we're gonna run over the Sigma. Try to do something with the ultimate instead of just, you know, healing. But yeah, enough of that fight now. You guys held it for like 30-40%, so that's pretty good already. Okay, I don't know, like, I wanna say this retake shouldn't work, but you guys somehow make it work. Like, usually it would be if you play... Oh yeah, just say.
We're just that good.
Yeah, yeah, like, you guys somehow clutched it out, but like, if you play Sim, like, 90% of the time to play, like, what the play should be is TP from this door to here and just go to point, you know? Force them to come to the point, and you can just, again, May wall and kill the ball who has to touch the point when you go there, you know? I feel like that should be like your default retake and only go top if for some reason you don't want to go point. But you guys somehow make it work, so I'm not gonna like flame it too much.
Yeah.
But you want to be using, like, for example, there your Symmetra kind of does air right when he walks out.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't normally actually play Sim on this point. This is something we were just trying out this scrim. So, yeah.
Yeah, but Sim is like has been like historically like really good hero in this map just for the TPs. You can get to the point so unbelievably fast. Oh, again here, like you guys captured the point. Again, the space thing. Your Rhine, your tank should be thinking like, okay, where am I gonna get value? Like you probably guys are thinking like, oh, we're just gonna kill them on point, right, when they come. But what you guys should be doing is just make sure that they don't come out here, because if the spam comp gets the high ground here, it's much harder for you guys to win. But if they go point, it's really easy for you guys to win, right? Because you can just run them over. So your Rhine should be like anywhere around here. Your Hog could be the guy who's like playing point side and playing like... Actually, let me get a better bird's eye view. Like what the setup should look like. There. Is your Rhine, Mei, Lucio, and Symmetra. They all hold like around here, right? And your Hog
Okay.
is chilling like inside this room or like somewhere on the right side, just to like mark the ball and the tracer again. And if they come out top, you guys can just wall this door and just run at them, right?
Yeah.
But if they go point, like that's exactly what you guys want if they go point with this comp, because like they have Zen break, like they're not gonna survive. You guys can just like run across the point or go from here. You know, you have so many options you can do, and they don't have any line of sight that like the Zen is like has to back out all the way to here if he wants to survive more than 2 seconds, and it's really good for you. But here they like get out top a little bit for free because you guys aren't set up. Like they kind of like catch you off by surprise, right?
Yeah.
Another call is probably like, oh, go point, go point. And here again, like, you see how little map you control? Now your Hog is, like, in an okay position. If you were continue to hold the left side here and just, like, fish for the hook, it would be okay. Because you're really hard hero to kill, right? As long as you have your, like, the breather, you can do so much stuff. Again, like, think of yourself as...
I'm just so afraid of the rock and the Discord orb. That's the thing
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, it's kind of, you have to kind of, like, limit test what you can get away with. Good Hogs can get away with absolute murder, and you just have to, like, find the balance between feeding and being stacked with the team, you know? It's somewhere there in the between. That you don't need to get hooks as long as you're, like, pressuring them. You need to, as long as you can exist in the off angle, they're gonna be like, oh, I need to watch for the hook.
Okay.
But here you're forcing point. Siggled. Yeah, I mean, you guys have the ults. I think you can clean this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this comp, it's not horrible to go on point. But you need to at least make sure that when the enemies are retaken, they can't get anything for free. And if they can, they have to end up in the worst possible position for their composition. I feel like it's kind of the same for... Only time I would like play like point side would be if they have rush too. Like they would have Mei Ryan stuff too. Then it's like, okay to like drop instantly to point so you can get the better Maya ball here. But literally against any other comp, you wanna be make sure that they don't get out here for free.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, here you have a pretty interesting comp. Is the brig here because you guys are feeling pressured by the ball?
I believe that was the call. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like really bad. But I feel like again, like when you have Rhine,
Stay
Lucio is
Lucio.
yeah. If you have Rhine, stay Lucio. If you have if you wanna play Brig for some reason, at that point I feel like you should just go Brig Baptiste or something, you know?
Okay.
If you wanna get like max value out of your heroes.
Okay.
Because now you have so unbelievable. You have like I feel like every other hero except this guy is a counter to the ball pretty much.
Yeah.
Like stun, hack, stun. Like this is a bit of an overkill, and I feel like it hinders your rest of your comp a little bit. Because now your Rhine has a really hard time to like getting value here. I feel like. Because for example now, imagine if you guys were on Lucio, like these two guys would be just dead.
Yeah.
Like you just 3, 2, 1 and you rush in. I feel like the comp that you guys I just gonna make a suggestion. If you guys feel like the ball is an issue, like this comp is okay, but just play Lucio. And when you play Lucio, your job is to boop this guy when he comes in. Like
Yeah.
you know when he grapples, you boop him. He's like gonna be out of the fight for like 4 seconds. So you just need to look for your opportunities. When the backline comes close, you can hide. You can literally hide like in this corner until like somebody like your Ryan can hold like this shield and peek in third person, right?
Yeah.
Take the scout like okay the brig is on the stairs, we go 3, 2, 1 speed and you just all run him over, and when the ball is trying to come in for the slam, like your Lucio just boops him back. And it should be like pretty free. Oh, one thing for the brig, let me see if you have bash here. You have. When the divas do oh yeah, never mind. I was gonna say like when the divas fly in you just bash them.
Yeah.
So he like feeds. Let me see if we have it up again. 2, 1. Yeah, you have. Nah, never mind. Yeah, but you wanna if the divas fly like that, just bash them in the 60 team. Cancel his flight, and he's gonna be like a free kill after that.
Okay.
And here, one thing again, like you guys see the issue here. Like you're giving them space without
Yeah.
fighting for it. Like you're giving up space. Here it would be just hold the corner here. Like they're gonna be like, think of the Zen sidelines. Like their being conditioned is like this guy gets damage and this guy gets damage in. So if you just hug this corner and somebody just your Kree marks the enemy echo, like they're gonna be like so hard time to do anything, because if the Zen peeks here and you guys at the corner, like the Zen is just gonna die. But yeah, now you guys take back the space, good. So I feel like don't overcommit on the ball. Your Sombra can literally just sit on the ball. No one else can like has to do anything. Your Hog can again like do his own thing. Just look for the hooks, flank here, be an annoying guy, and or flank here. Just like try not to chase the ball too much and just create your own like pressure angles. Again, and see again like how hard it is to get value out of the Moira ult when you guys like aren't pushing in at the same time. You're trying to like beam down the echo, but I think he can just he can just allo acid. So every time you get the Moira ult and you like everyone's full HP, you make the play with it. Again, like everyone can make their own little plays. Like okay, I'm 90 on call, I'm gonna get call soon. Be ready to push 3, 2, 1, and everyone swings wide here and starts calling. Okay, you guys rally, high noon. It's just such a weird fight. I'm trying to comprehend like what's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the mines EMP come through, so you guys kite that, that's okay. And your clear flanks. But you guys can see how split you guys end up here.
Yeah, Wonky Ball came in mind or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like in situations like this where you end up split like by mines or EMP or whatever, like I'm not it depends like how ready you are by your ult track, but you need to be like calling like your Kree and Sombra have a good flank. For example, in this situation, this play would have been like really good if these two guys went with these guys. Like you all retake from this angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your Hog would be in a perfect position to pull aggro here. Like everyone would be looking at Hog, he could still stay alive, he could drop here, run to the Mega, whatever, and you guys would be just retake from here. So this would be the call, like, okay, group outside, we push there, you know?
Yeah.
But now everyone just kinda does their own thing. But again, just proactive plays with your ultimate, especially if they're like holding close. This is just like stall, 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 stall. Okay, here you have like good pathing, you know, like against ball and like spammy comp is good to go. It's either one pretty much always. You never against Zen, top left or bottom left, either one. So you have a good reaction here. And your Hog hooks the guy, nice. Ooh. Oh, you dropped the shield. Oh, one thing, if you get stuck, this is to everyone, like if you see the stuck in your screen, you take your hands off the keyboard. You do not move anymore. Only thing you can do is like shield if you're Rhine or Brick.
Yeah.
So everyone else has like time to move elsewhere, so because a lot of the times it ends up like, you know, if somebody gets stuck, you'd kite in the same direction as someone else, you know, you can't read their minds where they're going, so just like hands off keyboard, it's not your problem anymore if they run into you.
Okay.
This is the small thing for literally everyone. Inspirational play. And this is like one of those situations, especially in like clutch fight like this, where it's like really hectic and nobody really knows what's going on. Somebody needs to call like fight point or where to fight, you know, that everyone is on the same page, that nobody gets lost.
Yeah.
Because here, for example, like, you guys are on control of the point. They have to be the ones touch the point. Like, you guys can see how bad this is. Because, like, you're going into, like, this small angle, and you have the point. They have to push into you. You guys could just say, okay, play point, play point. They have to touch. You could get your Hog ult, like, inside here, and they would have much harder time hacking you and shooting you, stuff like that.
No, I think I feed here.
And it's the same, like, because everyone's gonna split now, your Moira has his, like, shift forced, and, like, nobody really notices that, like, your Moira is low, right?
Yeah.
So, like, this fight would be, like, really winnable. Or, like, should have been won. If you're with the Moira, just would have stayed alive, right? If
Yeah.
everyone would have called, like, where to fight, or, like, help me, for the love of God. Okay, you guys kill the Tracer again. You see where the ball is? That's good. Okay, good shield. Let's take this retake real quick again. Okay, so you guys get a Tracer. That's a nice hook. Yeah, you guys have 2 picks. You already had 1 pick, and now you get the second one. Like, everyone should be just W keying, like, so much. As soon as the Diva Bomb comes over, like, you have 2 guys with shields. Like, this guy should be just, like, running it down. As soon as you, like, a lot of the times you see, like, someone is caught in a bad position. Like your Kree went first, right? And now he's like split because of the D.Va bomb. Everyone needs to be like rushing to help this guy like instantly. Just go, 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 go. Because he's still alive. Like if, for example, if your Brig bashed, packed, and then shielded the bomb, the man could have maybe lived.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure you guys should win this fight, right? Or maybe the mines clutch it out. Yeah. But you guys got the point anyway, so. But now you have 2 supportals, like this should be yours. Okay, you start with rally, bash the ball, nice. Again, I feel like you guys, one of the biggest things is like you play so passive when you have the coalescence. I feel like every time you use your coalescence, like everyone should be just like screaming to push in. Like you heal your Kree here, which is like correct. I feel like it should be your Brig who's like packing him. But like even still, at this point, you should be just like screaming a target name and just running at him. Like for example, D.Va doesn't have fly. Like literally everyone just walk at the D.Va and Brig together and target call.
Yeah.
Because that's how you clear up the fights fast. Like everyone just like have you probably heard like the professional comms, right? In like or wrestling comm check, it's just like screaming like D.Va, 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 Ryan, 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 Ryan. Everyone just fucking screams on top of their lungs the target they
Yeah.
want to kill. So yeah, that's like that helps a lot with the clearing of the fights. That like you can see like your Ryan is taking a duel, your Korean is taking a duel. It helps it to clear it. Thinking of what's like one more here. Go over it quickly. I don't mind like going over time unless you guys have something.
Probably Gibraltar or Dorado because
King's Row was a mistake.
well,
Yeah.
well, Kings Row was bad for us, but it's also Gibraltar. We actually run like a different comp other than Rush. You know, we actually have like Monkey. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's look at that. See how it looks.
Wait, I have zero memory of how Gibraltar went.
We
Oh,
held
I
them
think you
second
made me
point.
I think you made me call the comp.
No, yeah, but we held them second
usually
point.
I struggle playing Monkey, or yeah, I struggle playing Monkey and I struggle with Gibraltar.
Yeah, like Gibraltar is like overall a really hard map. I think I watched like the first attack here, and it wasn't like too bad. The only thing here that I had, like you held up, because you have like kind of weird comp. You have the hog. So I'm like again, this map is kind of rough for hog, right? Because there really isn't that many flank angles, especially on defense. So the first point is like I feel like you could be the guy who stops the payload. Let me show you. Because they're always just gonna be pushing the payload, right?
I think it's a bit late to mention this now, but we trust Ethan in on the hog a lot just because we are still like developing our team comps, and so his hog is to us we think his hog is pretty comfortable.
Yeah, like if you can get away with it, like especially I feel like as long as you're not playing in like open division contenders, stuff like that. Like I feel you can get away with playing your comfort hero. So I'm not gonna like flame like oh don't play hog here. But I feel like your hog could be getting like more value by being the guy who stops the payload before getting here. Because the point where you want to stop the payload is oh god, I don't want to buy that. Yeah, like here, you know. Because like here it's like you still have a good retake if you lose the fight. So I feel like if the tracer is pushing point, your hog drops and stops the payload around here. You don't need to like hook the tracer and kill him. But you can just mark the tracer, make sure he doesn't like push the payload, and then you can do your own thing. You can fish for the hook here if they're on the high ground. You can flank back here, up top, stuff like that. Just to try it out, see how it feels.
Yeah.
But if you guys can, because I remember the Widow killed it. If you can trust your Widow to hit this shot every time, to kill the tracer, then it's okay. But I feel like a lot of the times you should be able to stop the payload before it gets here. Because now if you lose the fight, you're not gonna have a retake anymore. Like you lost the first fight without, first point with only one fight. But here, like you can kind of see, like they should never be able, because your monkey went like, oh god, I need a touch point. That's probably your thought process here, right? They should never be able to walk out here without you just sitting here and zapping them the whole time.
Okay.
Like every time they want to come through here, you want to be here, you bubble, you zap them the whole time they want to cross. but they kind of get here a little bit for free because you jumped. And I feel like you guys are giving again, like you guys are giving up the space without fighting it actually.
Yeah, I guess one
Yeah.
thing is that we don't really know when to engage fights, so we kind of try to reorientate ourselves and then getting back into a fight.
Are we like too passive or something? Is that it?
I think we were playing too passive.
Yeah, exactly. Like again, like you're
It seems like that's like really constant in these rivalries.
yeah, it's again like holding the space, holding the space. You wanna be controlling like whole this pretty much like I would say like you wanna be controlling like this whole area, right?
Mhm.
Like they can come under here, but this is like the again Normandy. You're like above them, just shooting down.
Mm-hmm.
So you want them to come here. You just wanna stop payload here, and you want them to come here or here because like what are these? These are tiny chokes that you can like if they come through here, your monkey will be zapping every single one of them. But the only thing I can really like, maybe you guys are like scared of the widow or something, but you have your own widow. So I say like how, for example, other teams I know play is they have their widow sitting here, and he's just watching these two angles, so the widow doesn't peek, and the rest of the team is just ready here on top. Your monkey is sitting here, scouting if they come under, a zap, and everyone else is ready to help the monkey. You can Anna can nade, Brick can swing like under here, get his inspire, and the hog is the guy who's like stopping the payload around here. So then they have to fight for the space to get it right.
Yeah.
And in payload map, it's really important to know the spots. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the like the spots where the payload needs to be for you to get good fights.
No, we do not.
Yeah.
We're actually not that. At least on Gibraltar, we're definitely not.
Yeah, you guys wanna like go over like because like I'm unfortunately I don't have time to go it with every single point, every single map. even though I
Yeah.
would love to. But for this map, it's like after it passes this line, the payload is like around here. After that, you don't have really a good contest anymore. If you come out like you have to like run to touch the point, you know.
Yeah.
It's like past this line. Like for example, now it's like really bad. It's already like really bad that it got already here. So how to fix this first point? Don't give them the space. Zap them, zap them, zap them the whole time you're here. Your hog stops the point.
So a lot of times, how do you stop the payload from getting past that line right there then? So, because I feel like,
Hog just fights there, and then
Yeah,
we
I
drop
just chill
down to
there.
help
oh, I
them.
guess
if
you
they-
and then we drop, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, usually it's either hit scan. The widow is kind of scarier because like I'm not sure how like ballsy you're feeling, but if you can hit the tracer every time he pushes here, like go for it. Usually it's the widow or the other tank who comes and stops it for here. You don't need to stay here for the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You just stop it, make sure the tracer like leaves, and then you can start doing your own thing. You go here, here, here. But literally someone is to stop it. It can't be monkey and it can't be the supports. Literally anyone else can like stop it. It can be even the Genji. Like I would probably say it's either the Genji or the Hog who has to stop it. But yeah, here again, you just fight, 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 fight. Like this should be like this. You should be just zapping every one of them. I feel like you're a little bit concerned about the payload. But yeah, just like zap the backline the whole time, the whole time. Trust your healers that they heal if you get Widow headshot or something, and your Ana can look for a 6-man nade there. But like this should feel so bad for them. Like you should be just zapping. Everyone should be just shooting here the whole time. But there your hog had like a really good off flank. That's how you need to do it. You guys got Nano Blade, Monkey ult. Again, like here, again, like I think I listened to comms and like you said, like we have Nano Blade and stuff like that. But everyone can just make their own little plans. Like I want a blade when they get here. I want a Monkey ult before they get here. Like small plans, anyone can make. Or like, oh, I'm gonna rally when they Monkey ult, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like Einstein to make great plans. That's like something that helps your team like know what you want to do with your stuff. Yeah, here goes the Nano Blade. And at the same time, when you make the plans, then everyone else is really ready to push into, because like, sure, Nano Blade is like a easy win too, but it could be cleaner that everyone else is pushing in with you too, right?
Yeah.
That like then there isn't like 6 guys shooting at you, or that Ana has to like maybe sleep your monkey because he's jumping in with you, right? Because that's one of the big things that can like really if you're playing against a good Ana, he can hit the sleep on you. But if your monkey goes in first with your nano blade, then like he can tank the sleep for you. But here like he slept the hog for some reason when you have nano blade. But you know,
Yeah.
same idea. Maybe your hog was like, okay, I'm gonna dive in with you. But usually it should be the monkey or or someone else who goes in with you. Again here, like you guys, you're just playing a little bit scared. Like monkey, you sit here and you watch where they're going, and you zippity zap every time they go through here. That should be like your position. I feel like this is mostly like what you do. Your Genji's playing like really far back too right now for some reason. But
Okay.
like monkey here, backline can play like this room or like be ready to drop here if they need to. Like if they feel like they aren't surviving, let's say like nano monkey or something.
Yeah.
And Genji can do like kind of whatever he wants. He can like play here, here, just get his own because he has like a lot of mobility, right? He can climb walls. He can do whatever he wants.
Okay.
So like fight here and force them, especially since same thing. Like you guys can see your position. Like your Widow is playing all the way here.
Yeah.
So like he killed the Tracer here, sure. Like but you can't really always count that. Okay, our Widow will kill 6, right? That's really not a game plan.
Mhm.
But like it's good if your Widow can hit shots. But like you can see like your Widow can't like help you guys anymore. He should be a little bit more up, and you guys should be fighting the space so they can't go even on your Widow. But here you guys at least fight for the space. You aren't giving the high ground, but you could be like just harassing the squishies more.
Yeah.
You just
I
need to trust.
dropped it. I
Yeah.
overextend here.
Yeah, this was I saw this was kind of scuffed,
Yeah.
but I feel like you got the diva kill, so I feel like this should be the point where everyone just W keys in like a lot.
Mhm.
But this here you can see how like split you guys are. Like your let me see, when did the Ana even drop? Okay, the monkey comes in, you rally, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. Ah, he gets booped. So here your Ana, this is on you too. You need to call like I dropped. Make sure everyone knows that you can't like help if they go push in. And everyone else just need to make sure that they understand where the Ana is. Because I feel like it's like you have the right idea to push when you have an advantage. Like they just lost their D, but this should be like a one fight, and it would be if your Ana was here and just chucked a nade in here, right? It would be an instant fight win.
Mhm. But I guess that
But
would
yeah.
be that would just be, I guess myself having to play more aggressive, and fight for
Yeah.
that area. Okay.
But it's like situational awareness. Know where your Ana is and if you can go in or not. Or the Ana can call like, you idiot, stop going in. I'm dropped. I think this fight is pretty chalked. Actually, no.
We managed to stall it out for a little bit, but we do lose the point.
Oh yeah. This is almost good. Yeah, we Brick gets the packs. Yeah, close. This is for the Brig player. Like, if you can't, don't suicide for your Anas. Like, if it looks like this, that he's gonna like 100% die. Just at that point, like when he's dead, play for your own life. Just play for
Yeah.
your own life, because you're the last healer alive. If you stayed alive here, like you guys trade the Anas, right? If you would just stay alive right now, you would have like a chance to win this fight actually, like a
Okay.
better chance. Oh, and here I remember I watched this, and there was your second point rehold was that it's the same thing, like the biggest thing that you guys give up the space. Like I feel like it's just like the map knowledge that is like the biggest thing lacking. That you guys don't fight the good chokes where the enemy team has like really hard time to do anything, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, you guys reset this. This is good. And here, like, it's okay you go high ground, but it should be an instant reaction. Like, high ground is king in Overwatch. In Overwatch 2, it's not as big of a deal, but in Overwatch 1, it's like so important to have the high ground every time. So as soon as you get out of spawn, your instant reaction should be, okay, let's take the high ground, control this top. Because if you control this top with your Ashe, it's so unbelievably hard to like walk down here, because the Ashe can see the whole map from here, right?
Yeah.
So like your instant reaction should be, okay, we're gonna fight this spaceship here. Every time. You wanna be controlling the high ground in this map. You guys do it, but it's a little bit late. Because they already set up, like if you would have gone instantly, you would have gotten here before even their tanks got here, right? So it would have been even easier fight for you guys. Here, this is like the perfect monkey position. It's kind of like what I talked about in the first point, but you want to be always just like blocking and zapping their backline.
Okay.
This is like pretty much like perfect play from you. That you block their Ana healing and they can't do anything after that, right?
Okay.
But here comes the worst part that I saw here. Like you guys, I'm gonna draw you how to like hold this point. Because you all kind of just like stand here. You guys go kill the Ana. Yeah, now you all go back to point for some reason. Like you see how the whole, again, like the space. You guys are only holding like this small area. Well, you get the idea, right? You're only holding like your side of the map.
Yeah.
Here, like, they really don't have anything to one-shot you as a monkey. Your monkey should be here, your Genji should be here, Ash here, Brick can even play here, and I'll just draw the whole, like, wait. I'll get the whole picture, how the setup should look like with this, your exact comp that you're playing. Okay, this is a better picture. Okay, so monkey, you play here, if you get shot a lot, if they all, like, come top, you drop down here. But monkey, Genji, Ana, Brick plays here, Ash plays here, and who am I missing?
Hog.
Oh, usually we have Diva. I don't know, Hog can do his own thing pretty much. Like, I really can't tell what the Hog can do, because in ranked, like, you know like how ranked Hogs play. You just need to find your own value as the hero. Like, you can even play like under here or something, be ready to stop if they try to go from bottom, you know? Just find your own value. But control like that they can't get out from these two doors for free. You want them to go.
If it was a diva, where would it be?
Diva would be starting like top here, and he would be flying to help the monkey or the Genji, either side they go in. But he would start top. But since you're Hog, like, you really can't matrix and fly, so you kind of have to like do your own thing. I would probably say like play around like behind the boxes here or something. So if they go here, you can hook, or I really don't know, unfortunately, like where you can get your max value. But you play more Hog, so you can like probably figure out a place where you can get like max value. You can probably be like the cart guy again. I would probably say that you wanna be starting like around these boxes here, and then you can go stop cart if the tracer goes there.
Okay.
But the idea here is that you want to force them to come out through these doors.
Like, just in my head, I'm just thinking like, okay, they have like Ana and Brig and like anti-nades and stuff and DMs. I can't like go too close up to them. That's like in my mentality is like, or else I get slept, antied, and I'm dead. And then I'm feeding like 600 health to the team.
Yeah, that's I feel like that's a like, valid reason. Like, you're afraid of it, but I feel like if you play it smartly, like if you get slept here, for example, you get slept. You usually, like 90% of the time, you'll be still able to jump out. I don't think they have that much damage. They only have like Hanzo and anti-nade that can really like do damage to you, right?
Once I'm anti, Tracer just farms me and just like walks into my face, and then just like, oh well, okay. I just have to make sure that I like kill the Tracer before she does that.
Yeah, but there should be like the thing, like if you get slept and anti, you just need to jump back to your team to get healed. You need to like chill here for a while and wait till you get healed up and then go back out again. But like that's a good thing. Like even if you get slept and anti-nade, they don't have sleep and anti now when they try to cross this bridge or like under here. And Ana is a free kill to your Genji monkey if like he doesn't have either one of those. But I feel like it's just like it's a risk management. It's like sometimes you might get just like one shot if you get slept here. But imagine like this world, you would be just sitting above these guys when they come here. Let me show how it would look like. The Diva would probably like shoot you right now. You can just zap him. These two guys walk out. You can just literally just drop here and zap these guys. And they would have like really hard time, like, oh god, we can't walk off, like it's so rough for us. And if we had dynamites and your Genji would be ready to like dash there too. But yeah, here again, like you can see the Tracer doing the thing, right? I feel like in this comp, like your Hog is the dude who needs to watch the card. I feel like I really don't want to say for you to just like to mark the card, but like watch for the Tracer so he doesn't get for free to the card. So you get the Tracer out and then you can start doing your own plays. Because right now for here, like your value is like you might be able to hook the monkey who jumps here. Yeah, maybe. But like, you just need to stop the cart. Because I remember the comms, I think your brig was like screaming, I need help, cart now.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Hog is much
I-
better on the cart.
Yeah. I end up dying here because I was the only one on cart, and there's a diva and tracer on me.
Yeah. So I feel like for your Hog, if you have nothing better to do, just go stop the tracer from touching cart, and then go do your own thing. So you're like, because you're the best duelist in the whole lobby. Like no one can win even 1v1. But even now, like, you can see how split they are. Even though you like had a really bad hold here, or like setup wise, their backline is still all the way back here. Like they really can't help that many guys here. But if you held even better, like they wouldn't be even able to get out of the chokes at all. So it's just like fight the chokes, fight the chokes. And trust that your team will help you if you get like naded, or you just jump back, go for heals, and then go back out. Here you almost clutched this out. No, actually you clutched it, never mind. I don't think it was like... Oh, one thing, this was really minor thing. The bob is good, but in OT fights like this, the bob might be better just to throw on like somewhere on point. So it shoots literally anyone who touches on point. Like really minor thing, but you get the brig with it, so it's like good. Oh, and same thing, when you're going for retakes like this, always think where your team is and where you can get the best angles for. Literally, this can be anyone. Ana, look for a flank nade when you're retaking. Ash come from like the high ground, stuff like that. Because this is like you all kind of melt in the same angle again. Your Genji does like really good play. Like this is how you, this is like really good Overwatch from you. That you go for the, you realize like, okay, I need to clutch this up. You go for the Ana from the side angle, and you pretty much win the fight for your team.
Yeah.
Like solo there, so that's really good. But yeah, you guys had all the advantages, you roll with that. I don't think I can even touch now.
I think they're deep, yeah.
And this is pretty much like clean enough fight, just killing the guys who are on point. There wasn't really anything too major here. The attack had like some thing I wanted to talk about, I think. Yeah, here you had the Zarya, like you guys switched from it pretty fast, I remember. Like you guys didn't get that much value out of it.
Yeah, we struggled on first point for a little bit there, and then we swapped up the comp. Yeah.
Okay, so if you play this comp, Mercy is okay. It's okay, but it needs to be like when you play with the Zarya Monk, it needs to be like really coordinated how you take the fights. It's not a bad comp by any means, but your dives just need to be like really on point. Or here you're gonna waste your bubble here. Your Mercy gets picked by air. Oh, happened. Yeah, the Hanzo is just taking over the lobby, I feel like. But like, your job, when you play Monkey Zarya, you just literally jump here with the bubble, and then you drop down. You just need to get your Zarya energy. Every time you have jump and bubble, both of you need to jump somewhere. Like, just like, you jump on the Hanzo, but make sure you are able to drop down to safety after you're done with the bubble, right?
For our double bubble, it's usually because we actually switch it up where Ethan plays the monkey and I usually plays the Zarya, but I thought because he might be like protecting our Genji when he dives in, that's why I was like, okay, maybe we'll switch. So then I got the monkey, but that's why like it didn't work at all. So then we quickly swapped it off.
Usually I'm on the monkey for this comp because
For double
I'm a little
bubble.
bit more confident with my monkey than him.
Alright. Yeah, this is rough. Everyone just goes in. If somebody gets, yeah, this is like you guys probably know this by yourself. If somebody gets picked, everyone just hide. Just chill for a while, you know. Especially when the payload is like that. You don't need to push it yet. Just hide. Wait till everyone gets back. Yeah, you guys went. Okay, now you switch the monkeys and Zarya around. Okay, that's a good jump. Exactly like that. You're doing your job. You're creating space. You're taking pressure. A little bit too deep. Like if you imagine if you dropped.
Yeah, a little bit sooner.
Yeah, you don't need to like you're only a solo monk. You're not gonna be able to get a kill most of the time. But like drop now, just drop now. And your Genji too. Like your Genji and Monkey should be like best buddies in this comp. Zarya bubbles in the Monkey, he goes in first. Genji dashes in at the same time. For example, in a situation like this, when you jumped in, your Genji would dash at the Widow at the same time. The Ana and Brig might be able to heal both, but then your backline can start walking up here at the same time. Your job is, if you get a kill, good, but your job is to get space for your team to do something, you know? But right now, it's you see how everyone's just going one by one. Imagine if you both went at the same time, right? It would have been so much cleaner.
Yeah.
And this is for this map only. Like in situations like this, you guys can just chill. If your Tracer's on point and there's no one touching, like you guys can just chill. Like you can wait till, like for example, how we play this point is like we have Tracer just pushing the point until he says like, okay, there's someone on me. Then everyone just starts making the moves. So you don't even need to peek right now. But like with the double bubble, Monkey and Genji can always like do stuff. But like see, the man's still chilling.
Yeah.
And only now like somebody comes clear him out. You wanna get a kill maybe? Ooh, yeah. But yeah, for this comp, I feel like if you play the double bubble, by the way, don't play Zen Ana. I would say play Brig Ana is better.
Okay.
Just because like then the Monkey and Diva can't really, they're gonna have really hard time killing you, and you guys can, when you're Monkey and, oh yeah, I'm just gonna draw draw how it should like look like. You push the payload. Let me get a better picture. For this map, first you try to get the payloads like somewhere around here. Like you just like fight, chill. Your Monkey does like, this is the objective. You wanna get the payload somewhere here, right? Your Monkey and Genji do the like, we call them like soft dives. There's a soft dive here. Try to get space. If they get the snipers like to fall back here, that is the trigger for this guy, and this guy to walk here and take control of this area. And after that, it's just like you fight for the top, you try to take the server, and so on. But the objective first is just get space and get the payload under here.
So we fight up top, win the fight, and then continue pushing the payload after that area.
Yeah, exactly. Your Tracer can, like, when you guys are fighting for the top, your Tracer can, like, move up from here and come from behind them, right? To join up in the fight. Yeah. But if the thing is, like, if they're still not touching and your Tracer is still pushing free for here, you guys don't even need to fight, you know? You only need to fight when somebody touches point. So your Tracer can be calling, like, I'm free, just, like, don't die, you know? And you guys are chilling, like, somewhere around here. I'm not sure how you like it. You guys won this map, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, like with this comp, it's just like it's so.
Yeah.
It looks like ranked, but your Genji gets the pick. Nano Blade. Well, I mean, yeah, Nano Blade is pretty good ability. One thing for your Ana, try to follow your Brig as much as you can. Your Brig should be the guy who's like helping your Tracer. You should be like here with your team going up. Just a small thing. Try to stick next to your Brig so he can pack you. Because you're probably thinking that here that you want to pocket your Tracer on point, but it should be like the Brig job. Ana's job is to like keep this man up. Brig can pretty much look after everyone else. Sure, you can heal like everyone else if they're like low, but these guys are your like main priority, and Brig can back like your two flankers.
Okay.
Here again, one thing for the setup. Well, your Tracer is trying to take the space, yeah. You guys wanna have 3 on point. Again here, like, this is for, like, they've done goof and they don't touch the point, right, in time. But
Yeah.
for Ryan, you probably, again, like, you wanna be here, like, stuffing the choke to make sure that they can't touch for free. You wanna be, like, instantly on this corner, swing on them when they're ready to touch. And
Okay.
usually, like, your Genji and Tracer have, like, the right idea. Like, Ana here is okay too. But always, like, make sure they don't get out chokes for free and, like, have off angles. Your Genji and Tracer are already, like, set up in here, so it's, like, really good.
Okay.
And again, like, Hog can kind of do his own thing. Get his own value somewhere. And this is one of those because well Rhine Brig really isn't played that much on this point, but I would say you wanna get your Rhine inside the spaceship here. Because you wanna be controlling like this area of the point. Like because you know how hard it is to play, like you really can't play like under them here if they have control of this whole spaceship area. So you wanna be sending it like leave one guy on point and literally everyone else just like set up somewhere top here and make sure they can't get out from this choke with us like 6 guys looking around 5 guys looking from the high grounds here or like inside here.
You recommend the Hogs Dam cart for this moment?
Yeah. It's either Hog or Tracer, I would say, on point. It really feel like it doesn't matter. I'd probably like to have Tracer on this point, to be honest, because like you have really easy time hooking them if they come from like chokes or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say Tracer stay point and everyone else go like set up somewhere. And especially in this situation because your Hog almost has ultimate. So he gets his ult after one hook, and if they push inside here and you have your Hog ult, you're just gonna like absolutely demolish them here. Here your Genji had the right idea, they were fighting for the space. On top, you're trying to get the high ground. But yeah, here you guys can probably feel how hard it is to like try to do anything when they're just sitting above you.
Yeah.
You guys somehow like their Widow decides to go behind you and your Hog makes some miracles happen here, so you guys somehow managed to come out on top of this, but always try to it's like Gibraltar is like always try to set up here if you can. It makes life so much easier that you don't have to play around them. But yeah, you guys just clutch it out at the end. I think you guys just cleared up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll show you guys one more thing. Like if you're playing this, actually yeah, the map didn't end here. But yeah, if you're retaking with the Rhine comp, then the best solution would be just go here, here, and then fight here. And when you go outside, like it should be like the Rhine on a. The Hog can kinda again like do his own thing, but it should be like the backline and Rhine at least walk from here. Genji probably too. And when you walk here, your Brig needs to be really ready to whip the monkey when he jumps in. You know, like he's probably gonna be like jumping from here to here. You just whip him down, and you guys take this whole area for free, and then you got the high ground. And it's much easier that when you can just hop from high ground to the point instead of just walking like under them from here.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's just that's a lot of pressure on Brig. Like you need to hit the whip shot, so no pressure.
I know I did that on defense a couple of times against the monkey, but yeah, I just need to keep constantly looking for that. I don't.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like one of the biggest things you can do as a Brig. Against double bubble, it's a bit harder, but like it's if you can get that down, you will be like a really good Brig player. Here you guys had a good idea. You nuke the monkey. Yeah, I feel like when you have Hog ult, then you can, especially if you play against Monkey comp, then it's okay to play with your team more, that you can just like whole hog the Monkey. That can be like your little game plan, you know? If you have like your Hog ult, you can think like, okay, I'm gonna Hog ult when the Monkey jumps in.
Yeah, I usually save my ult for usually either whatever main tank exists. I kind of just hold it just for them, so I can like just like blow them up, kill them.
Yeah. But here, like, you had the good idea. Like, you were creating pressure. Like, see how, like, afraid this Brig was? You were just, like, creating your own pressure somewhere. You rally, and you guys... I think you just run it down.
No, we don't manage to cap. We kind of got, like, staggered out.
We didn't cap third? We didn't?
We did not.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, your Brig does here, but you have the Nano out. Yeah, like, everyone just kind of gets picked. One thing for Ana player, try not to push in, as if you don't have the, like, you have the, well, you have the Tracer behind you, so you kind of want to go, yeah. Never mind. And you don't even die. Okay, you guys switch to Lucio, that's good. Feel like against comp like this when they have Kree and Brig, you might wanna get off Tracer. That might be one switch you can guys think about. I'm not sure really like what would maybe like do you play like a lot of hit scans?
Yeah, I play a lot of different ones, so I do both hit scan and projectile. So
Okay, so I feel like if they have Brig Kree, you probably wanna switch off and go maybe like McCree, Ash,
Yeah.
something else because you know how hard it is to play against
oh,
those
yeah,
two
it was
heroes.
really hard to face the brigand.
Yeah, like you just get like shot so much, so it's like, especially when you have like Ryan Lucia, you can just play Kree and like use your shield to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a really good flank from your hog. Clear out the tracer, like perfect. But yeah, your Ana player probably like realize you're losing. Everyone kind of just dies, you know. That's their own like mechanical fault that they should like watch out for the Kree and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you can see this drop too. It isn't like it isn't the smartest smartest one. So you're kind of your Lucio should be helping you to fight the Tracer and just like making sure your Ana stays alive. Yeah. You guys need to just play this like a little bit slower. Like you have the advantage here. Just walk at them slowly. Your Hog and Lucio can watch out for the Tracer so he isn't just sitting behind. And just keep walking. Okay, we almost little bit over time, but hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, do you have like any questions about anything?
What kind of drills do you think would be a good thing for us? in
Sorry, can you
terms
say
of
again?
what kind of like practice drills would be good for us in terms of like improving on these issues that we have?
Um, Drills would be probably just like the retakes. That everyone stacks 3, 2, 1, swing out. Because I feel like you guys probably like Ryan is like your comfort brick. So just like getting the rotations down, that everyone like goes in together, and you don't have like tail in your rotates, and but I really don't know like what would help with the like recognizing where the payload is and what are the chokes that you need to fight for. I feel like I wanna say like watch some like old pro games on the maps you are not sure about where you wanna fight, just to check like what's the where people why and where people fight, you know, to get a better like read on the places you want to fight for and what side of the map you want to be in, you know. Would
Okay.
probably be my best idea because like as much as I love to like it would take like probably a whole
Yeah.
day if I started drawing like where you want to fight every time.
Okay, I guess I have a question. So well, even throughout like all three maps that we've seen today, what is the best way to kind of like falsely build more like confidence in fighting corners, like fighting like the fights that we need to fight as the main tank?
As a main thing, you just need to trust your like you need to build the trust between you and your healers that like you're gonna take a damage when you go through chokes. That's given like because the enemy is not gonna let you walk out for free. They're gonna shoot at you. So you just need to trust your healers to heal you up, and you need to be there to create space for your healers, not to get one shot when they got out of the choke. So it's kind of like a mutual thing.
Okay.
But I feel like it's just like limit testing is the best way. Like sometimes when you limit test, you are gonna end up feeding. But then you know next time, okay, I'm not gonna do this against like certain comp or certain ult, you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
So like I would I don't want to
Limit
give permission
test.
to feed, but like it's okay to feed as long as you have an idea behind it, you know.
Okay.
So that probably builds like you can make like crazy plays. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And next time you know like okay, this crazy play is too crazy.
I have a
Okay.
couple questions.
Oh yeah, shoot.
what? How do I play Diva in a rush comp?
Probably like the bare minimum that you need to do is Matrix when you walk out of chokes,
Mhm.
and of course like ultimates like you need to look out. Let's say for example you would play against this comp that they're playing right now. What do you think you would need to do as a diva?
I need to eat the nade. I need to eat pulse bomb, and then eat grav. That's practically
Yeah,
the
just like
three
play
main things.
perfectly, eat grab, eat eat pulls.
Yeah, just
But
eat everything. Just eat everything.
yeah, eat everything. But the bare minimum that you need to do is eat the nade, eat the nade. When you walk
Okay.
out from corners, you need to eat the nade, and after that, like if you eat grabs and pulses, that's like a bonus on top. But start
Mhm.
with like Matrix when you walk out, Matrix the damage going in, and after you walked out, after that you need to start looking for your own value. That you aren't just a Matrix bot, you know, walking behind your
Mhm.
line. You need to be like imagine you need to be kind of like a Genji in a sense. Then you need to be taking control of the high grounds, harassing their Ana. If you see like their Ana playing alone here, you need to fly at him and just matrix him and scream
Mhm.
like they have no heals, they have no heals. Push, 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 push.
One of my best
Okay.
heroes, Diva. Or for a tank, anyway.
I have a question for Lucio. How do I like? I mean, I kind of like do this situationally, but do you have any like tips or whatever for like balancing between being aggressive with my tanks and then peeling for like my Ana?
I feel like again like when you're in the neutral fight, then you can be a little bit more aggressive. Let me actually go back to the second point. I can show you. When you're going through chokes and stuff like that, then you need to be more peely. Then you need to be like looking to boop the monkeys, the divas, the Genjis, whoever might come. You need to start like with your Ana. But when the fight gets more chaotic, then you can start to look more for your own value.
Okay.
And especially one thing is big when your Ana dies. After that, like imagine you're chained to your Ana a little bit. You know, you're like a dog on a leash for your Ana. Like you can do your own thing, but you always need to be ready to go back to your Ana if he like pulls on the leash.
Okay.
But when your Ana dies, the leash is free, and then you can go full Reddit, and you can go like go harass their Ana or something. You know, because like you don't have to help her anymore.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Unless, like, of course, you're like winning the fight and everyone's low HP, then you go on cart and amp heals, of course. But like, you need to find the balance between like, okay, I need to peel Ana, but I need to still be like shooting something constantly and
Yeah.
marking the jumps and Genjis and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Does anyone else have anything?
I still have a couple more questions. Um, I know that you probably don't want to hear anything about this, but what is the role? What does Sigma do in Double Shield? And I know you don't want to know anything about Double Shield.
No, I don't want. Like, I think Double Shield was okay meta, but it like lasted just way too long. Way too long. Kind of the same thing with Ghost. Like, it was fun, but it's not fun for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like with Sigma, like I'm not an off-tank player, so it's kind of hard for me to say. But I know the best Sigmas like Space and Hawk and
Mhm.
stuff like that. They play really a lot of like off angles. You know, a lot of the double shield
Mhm.
people think that it's just like you stack 2 shields here and you shoot at each other until something dies, right?
Mhm.
But the good Sigmas would be like somewhere like on an off angle, shooting like above or aside from their shields.
Uh-huh.
Would be my like biggest thing I can say. But like as I said, like I don't play it. I only see like how good players play it. So like
Okay.
I might be like talking a little bit out of my ass, you know.
Okay. And then, okay, then if that's, I have maybe one question that you might be able to answer is, how do I work around a passive main tank as an off tank player?
You need to scream at him first to like keep moving. But like if you play, for example, Hog or Diva, then it's a time that you need to find your own value. Like do the crazy flank plays or take control of the high grounds and be an annoyance. Become the main tank in a sense that you're pulling
Okay.
aggro away from your team, so it helps your main tank to get more space, you know.
Okay.
But the best part is just to scream at him, just like move, move, move. If that doesn't
Okay.
work, just like start flanking, create your own like value.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
I think, does anyone
Alright,
else
if
have
anyone
anything?
doesn't have anything more, I'll end it here. But I'll be sending you guys like a small PDF later today where I have like the biggest things that you guys need to work on.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow.
It's
Okay.
like more of like a cheat sheet that you can like see like okay, this is what like we want to improve on and just work on. Like I'm not, as I said, I'm not gonna go on every map and draw them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll might put in like a couple of links or something where you can like see how people hold and stuff like that. Give you a
I
bit
mean,
better idea.
Yeah, no, I mean
Awesome.
you've already given us much more extra time than what we originally asked for. So like, thank
Yeah,
you so
no
much.
worries. Like I don't think I ever like stopped on time because it's like in 1 hour you can only go through like 1 or 2 maps, and like Overwatch is a bit more complicated than that, so it's more like
Mhm.
a guideline at this point.
Mhm,
We appreciate it, man.
mhm.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Yeah, no worries, no
Mhm.
worries.
Thank you,
Right.
brother.
Right, thank
Alright,
you
but
for
you
your
both have a
time.
good one.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
no
your
worries.
time. Thank you for your time.
Alright,
Right.
bye.
Bye bye.
Holy crap.
Wow,
Let's
he
go.
had so much for with us. What the fuck?
Wrote a lot of.
Awesome.
I have a lot of notes.
Mhm. Great.
Good.
Great. I hope everyone enjoyed their little lesson with an Overwatch League player. And
Yeah.
yeah.